What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live Show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated. Big time win for them boys. Bounce back win by beating the little brother. That's what I'm going to call him. The Brooklyn Nets, 113-100. The Big Cat. Huge game for him. 37 big points, 12 rebounds, the captain, 27 points, 3 assists. Listen, total team effort, great bounce back win, man, but an amazing game from Karl-Anthony Towns. You think these guys don't hear the chirping? You think these guys don't hear the chirping? Of course they do, man. Of course they hear the chirping. They hear the words, man. They hear what people are saying. Towns, big bounce back game for him. 17 points in the first half, which pretty much got him cooking. In the Knicks win that third quarter, 38-27. That's what pretty much blew the game open. Huge game from him. Huge game. Clarkson was great coming off the bench. He added 12 points, which I thought was fabulous. Josh Hart being Josh Hart. Typical game for him. 7 points, 12 rebounds, and 7 assists. Mikal Bridges added 16, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. Total team effort, man, to kind of get back in the winning column. Yes, the Nets are not that good, but so what? A victory is a victory. We'll take it. Great bounce back game win for me. Listen, look. It was kind of ugly. It was an ugly game in the beginning. But the Knicks kind of buckled down. They pretty much did what they're supposed to do, man. Beat teams like this that just pretty much just not in their league, man. Not in their league. The Nets aren't in their league. They're not even in their stratosphere. And so that's what you do with a team like this. You handle business, you take care of things, and you smack them up, and you get back in the winning column. Knicks now currently 10-6 on the season. And guys, look, I think they're fine. Everyone's going to panic. LV, they're only beating bum teams. I understand that. Look, a win is a win in this league. The Nets just beat Boston, right? Boston stinks, but so what? Boston just beat Orlando, right? So this is the league. This is what it is. So it doesn't matter. Just get wins when you're supposed to. Beat the teams you're supposed to beat. Split with the really good teams, and you have a pretty good record. And that's it, man. That's the league. Am I concerned? No, I'm not. Not at all worried. But beautiful bounce back game for the Big Cat. Great bounce back game for him. Once again, man, he hears the noise, man. He hears the noise. He hears the chirping. He hears the chirping. Trust me, he does. All the talks out there about what's wrong with Towns. He hears everything, man. And so to me, it's just great to see a great bounce back game for the Big Cat. If I believe they said the Knicks have beaten the they say beat the Nets, what, 12 in a row now? 12 in a row, Knicks have beaten the Nets. If I'm correct. You know, you guys let me know if I'm right or wrong about this. But they said 12 in a row, Knicks have beaten the Nets. Awesome game. Awesome game. Big Task. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live, man. Big time win for the boys, 113-100. The captain, 27 points, 3 assists. I thought today the All-Stars looked like the All-Stars, right? And I thought that, the captain looked great. He was doing what he wanted. I mean, no one could check him. I mean, Brunson just, it just looks too easy for him. But I think, the game ball, of course, goes to Towns, right? And I think that he really has started establishing himself and then wasn't focused on the three-point shot, right? He was only 3 for 4 from 3. He only took 4 of them things. But he was 14 for 20 from the field. He was attacking the basket. And that's what you want to see. But that's what you're supposed to do to a team that doesn't have a big that can do anything with you, right? They can't do anything with Towns. Towns dominates matchups like this. And that's what you should do against a team like this. Even with a guy like, Clarkson out there that's, solid defensively. But to me, it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. This is what you should do as Towns. Towns only had 1 turnover tonight, which is great. Only 3 fouls. I think he went into the 4th, I believe, with like 2 fouls or something like that. Scary moment for him also, too, having that nasty fall on that end one. A little worried about him there, but it seemed like he was okay, so that was good to see. But also, guys, it was great that he played a guy like Yabusele, of course, but Akaporte, 13 minutes. Kolick, I thought, had very good moments tonight. 17 minutes for him, 20 minutes for Clarkson. Like I said, Clarkson had 12 points, but great minutes to me from Kolick and Akaporte. Kolick had 5 assists tonight, was throwing dimes all over the place, man. 3 rebounds for him. Had that one bucket in the first half, but I thought Kolek managed the offense. And then what I also loved from Kolek, man, he was getting after it defensively. Getting after it. I was like, okay, Kolek, okay, I see you, you want some playing time. It's good. So it was good to see him fighting over screens and stuff like that. So it was awesome to see for guys like that, man. I thought Akporte came in and gave solid minutes. He was good on the glass, right? So Diawara came in and gave some solid minutes. But, he's like, Diawara only played 5 minutes, man, but you gotta play him a little bit more, man. Just because he makes a mistake here and there, gets a foul, you don't have to yank him out. You got to play him, man. So I kind of don't like that. You got to play him a little bit more. Give him some time. The Nets don't have anybody that's worth. He should have at least got 10 minutes tonight. At least. You're taking him in, yanking him out. No one's going to get any type of rhythm like that. None. He treating him like he's in high school. Like, come on, man. If you're going to put the guy out there, let him play. Let him get a sweat. He can't even break a sweat. So, that's one thing I didn't agree with Mike Brown tonight. BQ from BK, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV live tonight. Big time win for them boys, 113-100. The Big Cat, 37 points, 12 rebounds. But I thought it was a fabulous game, man. Fabulous game all together from the crew. Also, too, Josh Hart was Josh Hart tonight, man. The 50-50 balls. I didn't really get a number on the 50-50 balls. I'll try to look it up for you guys. But he was getting after everything, man. This is what he does. This is the beauty of him. Like, just him just being in on everything, man. On everything. He doesn't miss a beat, man. And yes, Josh Hart can do sometimes Josh Hart stuff. Can be clunky at times, with certain decisions that he makes. But all in all, what you do love is the heart and soul that he has for this team. And that's what he is. No pun intended, right? And I thought he was the great energy guy, getting after it on the rebounds, getting loose balls, pushing it on the break, getting layups, getting and ones, vintage Josh Hart tonight. And that kind of helped us, just getting in there and getting those loose balls. See, that's the thing with him. That's what separates him from a lot of other players out here, is that he's able to get those 50-50 balls and get out and get open in the break, start pushing the rock. And then before you know it, he's got a layup, bang, bang, boom, that's the ball game. He's getting and ones. It's just listen, just great to see, man. Just great to see, man. And also, too, man, great bounce back game, because I didn't really think, like I said, I just didn't think they had it in Orlando. I don't know why. I mean, they did have 2 days off, but they just didn't seem to have it, right? So it was a good bounce back game for them. But once again, like I've said before, they're going to be everybody's Super Bowl. Like they just are, right? So the Knicks have to kind of be prepared for that and be able to meet a lot of these top teams where they're at, right? And kind of be able to bring that same type of energy. Well, once again, man, much needed win, man. Much needed win coming back from that loss. That was just, it just had everybody just going bananas, man. Everyone thought that the Knicks were just the worst team in the league after that loss, which I thought was fine. I mean, listen, we want things to be, a little bit better, and as far as production and stuff like that. But you're gonna have games sometimes like that. Remember, guys, listen, look. Remember last year what happened when we got smoked by Utah? Remember that when we went out to Utah on the road and we lost to those guys and they stunk, right? And so, I mean, look at that, right? So it happens sometimes in this league, man. It just does. So you have to know the really good teams know how to bounce back and get wins. And to me, that's what I felt happened tonight. Once again, I appreciate everybody coming through Rock with LV live tonight. Big time win for the boys, 113-100. The captain, Jalen Brunson, 27 points, 3 assists. Eric Green, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV live tonight. Great bounce back win for the boys. Awesome win. Eric Green says, bottom line, Josh Hart is a winner. Numbers don't tell the story with him. Love him for who he is and what he brings. Agreed, man. Listen, man, he plays winning basketball, man. He plays winning basketball. And that's what you love from him. And he does things that you just don't put in a stat sheet. You just don't. Those 50-50 balls are backbreakers, because what he does is he gets those balls and he gets out Pause on that. He gets. Oh man, LV, I apologize. Let's go back. Let's go back to that. He plays the passing lane and he pushes the rock up and gets us either in open threes or he's able to, he's the definition of, drive and spray, right? That's what he does. And then if he doesn't do that, he finishes strong in that Baja. And that's the beauty of him getting N1s and all that. And he could sometimes that can be very, very deflating for a lot of teams because they kind of get so excited or they feel like they have they feel like they can come up with the ball and then here he is grabbing it and he's off to the races. He finds Brunson in the corner, Clarkson in the corner, Deuce, whomever, or he comes up, finishes at the rack. Before you know it, you're like, oh man, okay, then we got to call timeout. And that's the ball game after that, man. Because once that happens, you kind of, Knicks have momentum. So, he's just so big, man, to what it is that we do, man. And, you just love him, man. Now, of course, he, like I said, he does do some boneheaded stuff. We understand that. But what he does, man, you just can't be defined. It just can't. It just can't. You can't put into words, and a lot of times you can't put it on a stat sheet. You just can't. Yeah, 2 steals tonight, man. But once again, like I said, those 50-50 balls are just those are backbreakers for a lot of teams. Oh, Discrover, man, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV live tonight. Big time win for the boys, 113-100. The Big Cat, 37 points, 12 rebounds. So, guys, how did you feel about the Big Cat tonight, guys? How do you feel about the Big Cat? I want to hear from you guys because, listen, there's been a lot of talk about this guy. A lot of talk. There's been a lot of talk about him. A lot of people, I don't even need to go to locations, but a lot of people have been talking, get Towns out of here. People don't like Towns. Just a whole bunch of stuff. What did LV say? I said, listen, man, you gotta be easy with him, man. You gotta be easy, you gotta be patient. Right? He's too good of a player. I've said that, haven't I? He's too good of a player. You got to be patient with Towns. You got to kind of just monitor him and kind of, help him get through whatever he's getting through. Shoot and slump or whatever. But as the old saying goes, if you're not knocking it down from the outside, you got to take it to the Baja and finish strong in that Baja. And he was doing that today. Clarkson, I think, is a solid defensive center, but it didn't matter. When you're that good, it doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter what they do. We saw it against the Detroit series, right? Everyone talks about Jalen Duren, right? How good he is. Cat was making him look stupid. Making him look, let's not say stupid. I don't want to say that. That's not nice. Making him look foolish. Let's say that. Making him look foolish in that Detroit series. And everyone was saying, oh, if Beef Stew was there, it would be different. Jalen Duren is there. What should it matter? It doesn't matter because that's how good of a player Towns is. And I said, listen, guys, be easy with him. Be easy. Let him figure it out. He'll be fine. Big time game for him today. Namrit, what's going on? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. Long time no see, Namrit. Hope all is well. Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. Also, two people, I apologize. I truly apologize. Listen, happy holidays, man. Happy holidays to you and yours. Everybody's in here rocking with me. Happy holidays. Hope you guys are getting ready for Turkey Day. What's on the menu for Turkey Day? Before LV finishes out, I want to throw it out there. You guys can put it in the chat. What's on the menu for Turkey Day? LV's doing a turkey. LV's doing a turkey. Miss LV is doing other stuff. But I always have turkey duty. Always. Gotta have some salmon in there too. You know what I mean? Shrimp. Do that stuff. And of course the yams, mac and cheese, right? All that good stuff, man. All that good stuff. You guys let me know what's on the menu. Discrover. Hey, listen, agreed. I spoke about him. Shout out to Tyler, too. I keep saying he needs to be set up around shooters to really thrive, especially as a young sophomore. Discrover, I totally agree with you, sir. I totally agree. And Discrover, listen, I have to give you your flowers, sir. You've been screaming for Tyler, the creator, and been saying, LV, man, we got to play him. We got to play him. We got to give him a chance, LV. Give him a chance. He's got his chance now. And listen, he's doing the best with it, right? And this Grover, I will say this: outside of the great passes they was throwing today, he had Bridges with that beautiful pass, that bullet pass across the middle. That was beautiful. It was so hard, Bridges' sneakers fell off. And he hit Cat cutting across the middle. I love how he was fighting on the defensive end. This Grover, I love how he was fighting on the defensive end, breaking through screens, fighting through screens, guys pushing off on him. He was able to hold his ground. I didn't see him really getting beaten off the dribble. He was moving his feet really, really well. He took the charge, the Jalen Brunson charge, we'll call it. But Kolek, man. Kolek, I thought, really, really solid minutes for him. Really solid minutes for Kolek. Hey, listen, guys, look, man, look, all hands on deck, right? We know who's injured. We know how many people are injured. We know the situation here. So to me, it's all hands on deck. Everybody's got to be involved in this. Everybody. And the reason why I say that is because you know what the injury situation is, right? You see Mitch is dealing with an illness. I wonder if it's going on around the team, man, because Deuce was sick. Now Mitch is sick. I hope no one else is sick by Wednesday. I hope Mitch is back, but, there's a bug going around the team right now. So I hope, but we need everybody. We need everybody. That's why I was kind of upset about the fact that, he's only playing Diawara 5 minutes. You got to give him more minutes, man. Come on, coach. Come on, coach. You got, Brown, you got to give Diawara more minutes, man. He can't even make a mistake. Like, you got to play the kid. This is a perfect team for him to play against. He's playing against a bunch of G Leaguers anyway. Let him go out there and get busy, man. It's thing like that. Yo, Gravity, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live, man. One of my day ones. Gravity, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Let's reset the room, people. If you're coming through, please hit that like button for me. Please, if you can, please hit that like button for your boy, please. And also, too, if you're first time coming through, hit that bell icon to get notifications for when I go live and when I put out other shorts and stuff like that. So please do that. But big time win for them boys. Get back in the winning column by beating their little brother over the river, who's renting space in BK. 113-100. The captain, 27 points, 3 assists, and the big cat, 37 points, 12 rebounds. The scorer says, Tyler's defense is improving little by little. His height limits him, but he's sticking to his man. Hey, listen, Disc Grover, what is he, 6'2", 6'1", 6'2"? He's about the same height as Deuce and Brunson. You know what I mean? Brunson's a little bit bigger than those guys. But what I'm saying is he's holding his own, man. But what I will say is this, Disc Grover, in your defense, sir, and I've been hard on Tyler. I'll be honest. I was one of them. You got to let him kind of play through his lumps. You got to do that. The same way Tibbs let Deuce play through his lumps. You got to do that with Tyler Kolek because we don't have a backup point guard. We don't. So you got to let him kind of play through that. But that's what I'm screaming for the DOR piece too. I'm saying you got to let him play through that. You got to give him an opportunity to kind of just break a sweat, make some mistakes, make a layup, get a dunk, block shot. Let him do that. Give the kid at least anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes a night. Let him get warmed up, man. I just think you need that size out there and that athleticism. You need that. As I mentioned on my last show, we don't have any size, and we're some of our wings are athletic, but they're not big. They're not big enough. That's the issue with that. They're not big enough, man. Clarkson's not big enough. And when Shamet comes back, if he comes, I doubt it. They're saying sprained shoulder. I don't think so. But whatever. If he comes back, he's athletic, but he's not big enough. It's the size that's the issue, and that's what Diawara has. Is the size. So my thing is you got to, see what that is. Gravity says, man, I really like Kolek can run off. Yeah, listen, he came in. Listen, man, look, he came in, man. He came in. Listen, I thought he was solid tonight. I thought he was really solid tonight. I like what I saw. You know what I mean? I really, truly did from him. Big Taz said in Towns' post-game interview with Mike Breen, Towns stated that he acknowledged that he wasn't shooting the three-ball well, so he wanted to find easier shots. Listen, man, that's a guy that understands what's going on here. Let me see if I have that here. I usually have that, man. Let's see if I pull up the big cat, man. I got it right here with the big cat, man. Thanks for bringing that up to me. Big task. My whole crew was coming through looking out for LV, man. I truly appreciate that. Okay, so let me bring that up right here, big task. I'm glad you mentioned that because that was something I was going to do, but you, being the crew that you are, my family here, appreciate y'all helping me out. Let's bring up the big cat because I think, once again, and I've said it, he's too good of a player, man. He's too good of a player to kind of go through these lulls and these slumps, but it happens, man. It happens to the best of us. And I think that, you have to give him sometimes grace, just like we give everybody else grace. You know what I mean? He's too good of a player for us to be so quick to be like, all right, you know what? Get him out of here or whatever. Send him off to Beirut. You know what I mean? Send him off to Memphis. You know what I mean? Something like that. You guys know what I'm talking about. So I think it's important that we kind of identify how good he is and give him some grace. This is Big Cat. Let's hear it from him.
Yeah, we featured you at the top of the show, and it seemed to me that you just knew you could penetrate and create on these guys.
I mean, I trust the work I put in, so I feel, against anybody in the league, I trust the work. So even though I haven't been shooting the ball amazingly well to start the season, the season's young. I'm always going to be confident in the work I put in because of the hours I put in that no one sees.
When you say you're not shooting the ball well, why is it? What happens?
Shooters go through shooters go through a slump a little bit. Mine's just so happenly being on game one to game now. So, but like I said, anyone out there, young kids, especially watching this game, trust the work. I know I go in there, struggling, put more shots up, shooters shoot. So, I just trust my work. I know I'm the first one in the gym, last one to leave. Everything will turn around. I just continue to put the work in, don't stop doing what I'm doing. And, tonight was a good night to see the work show itself.
One last very quick question, Carl. It's Thanksgiving week. We showed your dad in the audience.
Yeah.
And how he's here every game for it.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you to have him here home and road to be always there for you?
Hey, I got a lot of friends that don't got the situation that I'm in. To have my father in my life, it means everything. So, Thanksgiving, I know everyone's going to enjoy the amazing food everyone gets and stuff, but my life has taught me one thing, especially entering my 30s now. I'm just so thankful for the time I got with my family, my sister, my loved ones, my close friends, this team, this city. I'm extremely thankful for the opportunity I get every single day to put a Knicks jersey on. I'm extremely thankful for the opportunity to call my father and he answers the phone. And I'm extremely thankful that, I continue to wake up every day and try again. Even when yesterday was a hard day, I get to try again the next day.
Yeah, you're so old at 30, man. I feel sorry for you.
Nah.
Well done, Carl. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
Well said, man. Listen, man. Almost made LT drop a tear, man. Almost made LV drop a tear, man. That was so monumental and sentimental. If anybody thinks he's going anywhere, he needs to stop. Cat is not going anywhere. Cat's not going anywhere. Did you hear what he said? What does Brunson always say? The magic's in the work, right? He said, for any of the young kids out there watching, trust your work, man. Trust your work. He said it, man. He said it. And listen, LV said the same thing to you guys. He's too good of a player for him to go through a slump like this. And he even stated, you got to trust your work, man. Trust your work. He knows how good of a player he is. Even the other people don't want to believe it, or they're doubting his skills because of a couple of bad games or a couple of bad shooting games, whatever people are saying out there. Trust me, he hears it. But he trusts in his skills. He scored over 15,000 points in this league, man. Over 15,000 he scored. This guy's going into the Hall of Fame, man. Let's be honest, this guy's going into the Hall of Fame. So he knows how good of a player he is. But you have to let him go through sometimes slumps. He even said it. Shooters get slumps. It's okay. It happens. Does that mean you stink? Does that mean you're the worst guy on the team? No. You're still an all-star. He understands who he is. And then, of course, when he talked about his pops, I mean, that's an amazing background. That's a great breakdown of everything. And just the connection with Leon and what they gave up to get him here. You guys think he's going anywhere? I just want to ask you guys, do you guys think he's going anywhere? Do you guys think they're willing to give up Towns for it? You got to think. The only person they'll probably be willing to give up Towns for is Giannis. You think they're giving him up for anybody else? I'm just asking. LV just throwing out there. You think Leon and the crew, who've known this guy since he was in diapers, they've been breaking their neck to try to get him here. You think they're gonna make that move? Not gonna happen, man. Not gonna happen. Fabulous game by him today. Great bounce back game for him. 37 big points, 12 rebounds to lead the Knicks over the little brother, 113-100. Reset the room, man. Appreciate everybody coming through rocking with me tonight, man. Big time win for them boys. Corey Lindsay, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Tony, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Great bounce back game for them boys. Go to 10-6 on the season. The captain, 27 points, 3 assists. What a game, man. Great bounce back game for these boys. Oh, that's Corey Lindsay. Yes, happy Thanksgiving. Once again, happy Thanksgiving, everybody, man. I'm still looking. I'm looking at the chat. I don't see nobody on it. What you guys got on the menu, man? I want to see what you got on the menu. What's the menu this week? You can give me what you sipping on. Anybody got the hen dog? Got the mo? You know what I mean? Take old school. Got the Cisco. E&J. We're taking it back. Alizé, you know what I'm talking about. Thug Passion, you know what I'm talking about. You gotta make the Thug Passion. Who knows what the Thug Passion is? Old school stuff, man. I'm going back to the tunnel days. To the tunnel, Club Envy, Club Ivy. If anybody know if he was outside when I was outside, you know what I'm talking about. The Palladium. The Cheetah Lounge. If you guys know what I'm talking about, come on now. Everybody in there. I was outside when I was outside. I ain't outside no more, man. I'm chilling. You see me in the crib doing my show. Big Taz said, I put my menu up, Big Taz. Let me see what you got, Big Taz. Oh, here we go, Big Taz. Here we go. Turkey is definitely on the menu of Thanksgiving stuffing and roast beef. We'll be there also. Sounds good, Big Taz. Sounds good. This goes says L Green, man, 100% LV. Now it's time for the young guys to make mistakes and look at yo, this Grover agreed, man. Agreed. We're down like pretty important guys here in the rotation. Of course, OG being a starter, right? And Shamet is playing major minutes. Remember, guys, Shamet was the first guy to come off the bench. Sometimes before Josh Hart and before Deuce. So Shamet was playing a major role for this team. He's not going to be back for some time. So other guys got to really play. I'm not talking about Yabusele because he doesn't play what those guys play. He doesn't. And now seeing how he moves and how he interacts, I see why Philly would have him play center because that's really all he can guard. He can't guard any wings. He can't move his feet. So it makes sense why Philly had him playing center and guarding centers because that's all he can do. He can't defend anybody. He can't. Corey Lindsay, LV, any news on Landry Shamet? Corey Lindsay, the news out there is that he has a sprained shoulder, right? They're not saying that the timeline or anything like that. That's what the news is. If you guys saw what I saw on television, the game, that didn't look like a sprained shoulder. That didn't look like a sprained shoulder at all. So I think that's a little pandering. You know what I mean? Just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, Big Taz. That's right. Come on, man. You know what it is, man. Oh, Mars 2112. BQ, BK. Yeah, I used to go up in there. Let's go up in there. What about? I'm gonna say something ill too. What about LeBar Bat? Remember LeBar Bat? Remember that? For the old cats, you know what I'm saying? The old cats. I'm gonna say something else too. What about the Shadow? The Shadow. That was the old heads. When they be like, yo, come through the Shadow. I'm like, yo, come on, man. That's a little bit out of my league, man. I'm too young for that. Yeah, come through the Shadow. You know what I'm saying? LV, come through. Oh yeah. Back in the day, my uncles and them used to go to the Disco Fever. They used to go to the Fever. And to the rooftop uptown. That's when I was young. That's when I was a young pup. That's when they was doing that heavy. Gravity says, hey, now. Yeah. Nah, Tony never. Nah, Tony. I never in my life I never messed with that, man. Never mess with that, Tony. Never, Tony. Never. Nah, you gotta stay away from that, man. That's nah, no way. Lionel Motors, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV live. Yo, Tony, Tony. Tony, on everything I love, I never touched none of that. I told you, I'm naming the names of the things that I was rocking with, Tony. I said it earlier. You know what I'm saying? Thug Passion, that Alley, you know what I mean? That Hen Dog, VSOP, you know what I mean? Privileged. You guys know what I'm talking about? Got that Mo, you know what I mean? Back in the day, that Mo was the move back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Until Hove came out with Cristal, you know what I'm saying? And that changed everything. I changed everything. That's why I love y'all, man. We in here having a good time, man. Listen, it's the holiday season. It's the holiday season. The Knicks have a great win. Everybody was crashing out the other night. They was losing it because we went down to Disneyland and threw a stinker out there. So now it's the holiday season. A couple days before Turkey Day, and we had a great win. So everybody, let's be happy. BQ from BK. BQ, what was that mixed with, man? Put it in the chat. What was that mixed with? I totally forget about that. Yo, Big Taz come on, Big Taz. That's what it is. Privileged. It says it right there on the bottom on the label right there. That's what it says right there. BQ, what was that mixed with, man? Right, that's right, Tony. That would cause problems in the spot. That would cause problems in the spot. That would cause problems. I would see dudes turn into superheroes after that. I'd be like, yo, my man, this dude is flying. What's going on? True story, too. I'm like, yo, it's time to get up out of here tonight. It's time to get up out of here tonight. Eric Green. Look at this. It says turkey, ham, rice, and peas. Yes. Yams, string beans, corn pie. Look at that. Stuffing, salmon, mac and cheese, homemade rolls, cider, plantains, plenty of adult beverages. Big family bash. Eric Green, that's what I'm talking about. Big shouts to you. Oh, we got the whole cook. I got a couple people coming over here too, man. I got a good amount of people coming through. Good amount of people coming through. Tony says you love and hate. Yo, Tony, I'm telling you, man. Tony, I'm telling you, Tony. That joint is vicious. That joint is vicious. I didn't see dudes turn into superheroes, man. I'm like, yo, what? From that? I said, nah, it's time to get up out of here, man. Time to get up out of here. That's when, you know what I'm saying? That's when they turn the lights on the spot. You know what I mean? Like, yo, let me get up out of here. Let me find my whip. Let me get going. It's getting crazy up in here. The memories, man. Memories. Great time to be in New York City during that time. Great time when you was outside back in them days in the tunnel and all them spots. What a time to be alive, man. What a time to be alive. Great times, man. Great times. So I appreciate everybody coming through rocking with me tonight, man. Listen, great win for them boys. 113-100. The big cat, 37 points, 12 rebounds, bounce back game for him as well as for the team. And the captain, of course, 27 points, 3 assists. Look at Tony says, do we get a W versus the Hornets? Yo, listen, I think so, Tony. I think so, Tony. Why wouldn't we? The Hornets aren't that good. I'm not too worried about them like that. You know what I mean? To where we can go, to what is that? 11-6. 11-6 we can go to, man. I think. All right, guys. Let's listen to the coach, Mike Brown. He kind of dropped the ball a little bit tonight, man. Number one, I talked about the minutes with DOR. But guys, there was a couple of challenges that were out there that he just didn't challenge. Now I know he knows Jody Fernandez, right? He knows him very well. I think if I'm correct, the story is that he brought Jody Fernandez over from the EuroLeague and brought him to the NBA. If I'm correct, guys, correct me if I'm wrong. But I think that's the story. So he has a very good relationship with Jody Fernandez, right? So I think that's why he maybe didn't want to challenge it, because he's trying to look out for his boy, but there was a couple of challenges, especially when the ball went off I think Clarkson's leg, and I'm like, yo, you got to challenge that, man. And he just was sitting there staring. I'm like, oh, he looked like Tibbs over there, man. Not paying attention, not focused. So, I don't know, man, but Tony said the Raptors are balling, man. Scotty Barnes, man. Scotty Barnes over there, man. Remember, Scotty Barnes was an all-star one year, man. He's legit. He's legit. And then, RJ over there getting buckets. RJ just go to that left hand. He get buckets on you. And if they finally wake IQ up, Raptors is dangerous, man. Raptors is dangerous because they're athletic. All right, let's hear from the coach, man. Hear what the coach has to say. Great bounce back game for the boys, 10-6 on the season. Let's hear from the coach. Let me just make sure the volume is good. All right, cool.
And so anytime we can play a game like that, especially giving up 28 paint points, that's a pretty good defensive game. I thought our contests were good too along the perimeter. Did a great job sharing the basketball and taking care of the ball. 28 assists on 45 or so buckets, and then 8 turnovers for the game. Both Josh and Cat were monsters on the glass. They each had 12 boards on the glass, and every rebound was big for us. Josh was the defensive player of the game. So good win for us on the road, and a lot of contributions up and down the lineup.
Listen, well said by the coach, man. Well said by the coach. And guys, listen, man, look, I know a lot of people may downplay this win. I don't downplay this win at all. I don't downplay this win at all. This is the league still at the end of the day. They just beat Boston, and Boston just beat Orlando, right? So it doesn't matter. You can lose any day against anybody. And you remember that when we lost to Utah last year, right? So it doesn't matter, man. You know what I mean? You get wins the best way you know how to in this league. And you take care of business, man. You take care of business against the teams you're supposed to take care of business to. Excuse me. The teams you're supposed to beat, you beat. That's it. You don't play with your food. And other teams that are really, really good in this league, you try to split those, right? And that's how you're going to do in this league. And that's just it, man. Teams are really good. There are really good ball players out there, really good. So you got to take everybody seriously. You can't take nobody lightly. And I think through that, we'll be fine. But, great bounce back win for us, man. Listen, it's the league, man. Just stack wins. That's all you got to do, stack wins. Oh, that's right. Tony, man, they got Brandon Ingram over there, right? Yeah, they got a crew, man. They got a lot of size, too. See, athleticism. Because Brandon Ingram is about 6'9". Scotty Barnes is about 6'8", 6'9". RJ's about 6'8". Right? So they got some size over there. Who's playing center for them? I totally forgot. Who's playing center for them? BQ says Tyler Creator been studying Brunson, taking charge in the paint. Listen, BQ, he's been solid defensively today. He was solid today. And I loved what I saw from him, just the activity defensively, right? Like, I didn't think for 1 second that he just seemed like he just It didn't seem like this game was too fast for him. It didn't look like that. And where earlier and during the summer league, it looked like the game was too fast for him. He couldn't keep up with athletes. He didn't look like that today at all. He didn't look like that today. He looked like he's been working on his game. He's been putting in work, and you could tell the speed of the game. He's catching up to that, right? And I don't know. I don't know. He might have. I don't know if he took a back seat last year. I don't know what it was, but he didn't seem ready to go this year, right? So he looked good today. He looked really, really good today. Now, of course, he could look differently on Wednesday, but we don't know. You know what I'm saying? My thing is, like, listen, man, look, if he's playing against backups, right? Which Charlotte's team basically is. There's a bunch of backups, right? I mean, it shouldn't really be a problem because they got a bunch of guys on their team that you don't even know who it is. You just know LaMelo, Bridges, right? That's really it. Oh, Brandon Miller, right? You know who I would love for the Knicks to get that Charlotte has? Who I would love, and this might be bad for Kolek, but I would love for the Knicks to get him. Colin Sexton, man. I would love to get Colin Sexton over here, man. I would love to get him over here. He would be perfect. Imagine him and Deuce in the back court pressuring the ball. Imagine that. I would love to have Colin Sexton over here. Charlotte's got a decent roster, man. Charlotte's got a decent roster. I mean, because they talk about trading LaMelo. LaMelo said he never asked for that, but I'm looking at Charlotte's roster, man. They got a decent roster, man. They got some guys that are solid, man. Trey Mann is tough. You know what I'm saying? He's solid. Brandon Miller's tough. Tough. They got a squad here, man. I forgot they got Colin Sexton. And they got the big boy. Remember the big boy used to play for the Boston. They got Grant Williams. They got a solid crew, man. I'm really surprised that they're like 4-16. Oh no, 4-16. What's their record? I'm still 4-16. They're not even. What are they? 4 and. Wait, am I saying that right? No, it's still 20 games yet. What's their record? 4-13. Sorry, they're 4-13. But they got a decent roster, man. But they've lost the last. Was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? They lost their last 6 games. They got a decent squad, though. They got a decent squad. BQ from BK says the Pistons got their 13th straight win tonight. Yeah, BQ. Listen, man. I'm not really too You guys like, how you guys feel about the Pistons? I'm not like, I think it's great. You know what I mean? But I'm not really like, they're not. The Pistons don't. I'm not afraid of the Pistons like that. I think they're good. I mean, it's regular season basketball, guys. I mean, you win the games you're supposed to win. And that's it. But look, they're getting wins over the Bucks. The Bucks don't have Giannis. They're smacking around the Sixers. They beat the Pacers. The Pacers stink. Like, they're beating a lot of teams that are kind of like beaten up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking at their schedule. They play a lot of weak teams, man. They lost to Cleveland. They lost to Cleveland. They lost to Chicago. Oh, they beat Houston in the beginning of the year. But they beat Utah. They beat Brooklyn. They beat Philly. They beat Memphis. They beat Washington. They beat Chicago. They beat Philly. Like, look, they're playing like everybody like 3 times. They've already played Philly twice. They played Washington. They played Indiana twice. Like their schedule is weak, man. They're not really playing anybody. That's why their record is what it is, man. So they can kind of get off on these teams that, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I'm watching them and they're not like, you know, I'm not too impressed really. Because as you guys know, right? You guys know once you get into the playoffs, it's totally different. It's totally different. Now you can't hide. And that's what happened to Cleveland last year. You can't hide now. You could beat them teams and catch teams when they got certain guys injured or whatever. And so it's weird how it is because they didn't play nobody at all. Tony says, LV, man, the Pistons are playing. Yeah, man, but Tony, man, it's different though, Tony. It's different, Tony. And the reason why I say it's different, Tony, is because look, they didn't do an overhaul of it. Their stuff is just wash, rinse, and repeat. Like that's all they're doing. Like they didn't. Last year, we know why we started slow. We had a whole new team. We got Cat in, right? Imagine if we came back with the same team with iHeart, Randall, and Dante, the same crew. We'd probably be smacking dudes too because it's cohesive. So we got Cat, changed up everything. We started slow. This year, we got a totally new coach, whole new offensive system. We're kind of starting slow. It's the same thing. They got cohesion. So they're running like a well-oiled machine because they're just picking up where they left off at because they didn't really make no changes. A couple of guys here and there, but nothing really. They didn't change the coach, and they didn't really change too many players. They only got Beasley and what's the name off, but they still got Jalen Duren. They got their main players, their main star players. Tobias Harris is back. You know what I'm saying? Hollins is coming around. You got B. Stu back. I mean, so they pretty much have the same cohesive team. No, they got one of the Thompson twins. He's solid. You know how good he is, right? So they got. And listen, I'm not saying the Pistons or anything. I'm not saying you take them lightly. But my thing is, let's get into a 7-game series where you got to get a bucket, and everybody's healthy. No one's hurt. Everybody's healthy. They have problems with us because Brunson's going to do what he does and Towns is going to do what he does. They have nobody for those guys. Meaning when you need a bucket, we proved it last year against those guys. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's going to be pretty much the same outcome. They play us in a 7-game series later on. Right, Jaden Ivey's back, right? So he's back. So listen. I'm not denying they got a good squad, but what I'm saying is a lot of that's kind of inflated too, man, because of who they played, and they got the same cohesive. I don't know. I'm not too worried about them like that. I'm not worried about anybody really like that. I'm not. Only one, of course, OKC, of course, right? You know what I mean? That's to me, that's the top of the top. But roster to roster, I'm not worried about the Cavs. I'm not worried about anybody. The only one that kind of gives me a little pause, the only one is Orlando. But I've always, guys, you remember, since last year, I've always said Orlando I worry about because of their size, man. They just got a lot of big guys, man. Right? And it's just the matchups. It's just really, really ill how they can kind of throw different guys. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing that really hurts us with them. They have very big, long, athletic guys. Like it's just like they just every guy that comes off the bench is 6'9" or better, right? So that's where they kind of give us problems. And they're good too. It's not like they stink. But I'm not. I don't know. I'm just not. It's a long season. You know what I'm saying? It's a long season. We'll see how they look if someone goes down with an injury. Then we'll see what they are. You know what I mean? Right now, we're still trying to figure it out being down 2 guys. You know what I'm saying? This is part of the season, though, man. That's part of basketball. You can't, plan for injuries, right? This is just what it is. So, we see them after the new year. So hopefully OG will be back by then. Tony says, I'd rather get Bridges from the Hornets. He has size and shoots the 3 and play. He's a head case, though, Tony. He's a head case, man. He's a head case. I don't know about him, man. I don't know about him. I don't know about him. Good player though, good player, but he's just he's a little off, Tony. He's a little off. He just don't seem like he's all there sometimes. You know what I mean? Just be making like bad decisions and stuff like that. I don't know. That guy, I wouldn't trust him, especially not in New York. In Charlotte, he's wild now. You know what I'm saying? So imagine you come out here, it'll be like J.R. Smith times 10. All right, let's listen to Josh, man. Josh got defensive player of the game tonight, as you heard from the coach, right? So he got the Tims. Yo, they need the black Tims for the road games, man. The black Tims. I'm gonna put that out there too, man. This girl said we should be full. Love niggas are full of normal people. Listen, guys, look. It may sound funny when I say that, right? But New York's a different type of place. People can come here and get lost if you ain't from out here. You know how it is if you're not from the city. So I don't know if a guy like that coming here when all the lights are on you, it's different. Charlotte, they don't care about Charlotte. You know what I mean? They don't care about the Hornets down there. It's not the same. But when you come here and you're on center stage, the Knicks are one of the best teams in the league. Like, that's a different type of pressure and attention. A lot of guys can't do it. They fold up like cheap suits. Ask Randall, right? He told you what he was doing. So I don't know. A guy like Bridges, man, he might fold up, man, underneath the pressure of the city, man. And what this city has to offer. You know what I mean? Remember, JR was out doing all types of stuff. I'm gonna tell you guys a true JR story right after this. I'll tell you guys a true JR story. True story.
Starting all 77 of the games you played last season, to feel like old times being out there?
A little bit. I had to switch the routine that I had pregame so far. So man, so I'm trying to find my good little pregame routine. But obviously getting out there to start was fun. So happy we got the win. I'm not 0-1 starting.
That's right. Josh Hart got back into the winning column tonight, starting today for the first time in a very long time for Josh Hart. Something he was used to last year. Put up great numbers last year as a starter too. So it's good to see him back in the starting lineup. Like he said he had to kind of get used to his routine and stuff like that. BQ says all these. BQ, I don't think anything has happened. I think it was more so like if Dallas would take their calls or if the Knicks would call, I don't know if anything is. I think it's just questions being thrown out there. I don't think the Knicks have mentioned anything regarding that. So I don't think anything has come of that. BQ. Big Taz says they said that Joakim Noah was crazy in the city when he was playing for the Knicks. That dude was a wild boy. Yeah, he's from New York. Big Task. Joakim's from here. He's from the city. He used to play. Who did he used to play for? Did he play for Gauchos? I think he played for either Gauchos or Riverside. I'm not sure who he played for. But yeah, Joakim from out here, man. He knew Lenny Cook and all that. You know what I'm saying? He's from that era. If anybody know Lenny Cook. True JR story. True story on JR. So this is going back now. This is going back, right? What's the joint out there in Queens? The Gentleman Spot. What starts with an S? You guys know it, right? Put it in the chat. So me and my crew, we out there, but a while back, right? And this is right after the Knicks. They were in the playoffs. They were playing Boston. And this is when they played Boston. Remember when they won that series? If anybody know what I'm talking about, that spot out there, put it in the chat. Out there in Queens. It's a Gentleman Spot. Starts with an S. So we chilling, we enjoying ourselves. Look who I see over in the corner with his crew from Jersey, because that's where he's from. He's from New Jerusalem. He ain't from the city. He's from Jersey. So he out there, and I'm like, yo, didn't he just have a game? Like what is he doing out here? Like they're in the playoffs. What is he doing? Bottles on top of bottles on top of bottles on top of bottles. And it's late. You know what I'm saying? Like we chilling, like, but I'm looking at him like, yo, man, don't you got a game? Like, you got to game them all. Like, what? I'm gonna say it again: bottles on top of bottles on top of bottles. And I'm like, yo. And remember, he didn't play well in that series. Like, he didn't play well. And I remember that was one night. Then I remember another night. I forget what it was, but I think it was a player. I think it was against Indiana. One of my homeboys said they seen him again out there at that gentleman's spot. Same thing. And he just, you know, he had a good season that year because he got $6 million a year. But outside, he was struggling outside. Like he was struggling. He was outside for real. So, you know, this city is different, man. This is a different place. And so if you're not, you know, you come out here and you're like the guy, if you guys have been to the Garden after the games, it's like Hollywood, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's out there. Everybody's out there. You guys saw me when I was walking around. You just running into everybody. And I'm dapping up Tim Thomas. You know, you bumping into everybody out there. Like if you get on that side where everybody comes out, you see everybody come. You see Melo coming out. You see, it's like, listen, the stars of stars. You see everybody. I saw you know, Coco Jones. You know what I'm saying? That's Spider's new shorty. You know what I'm saying? Seen her out there. You see everybody. You know, so other cities don't have that. Charlotte doesn't have that. Cleveland doesn't have that. You know what I mean? Memphis, forget about it. They don't have OKC even. They don't have that. So when you get here, there's a lot that comes with this. You know what I'm saying? A lot of willpower you're going to need to really be focused and really lock in. That's why what Brunson does is on a different level, because it's a lot of temptation out there, man. A lot. So you got to be able to lock in and really turn off the noise or turn it down or whatever you do to be able to come in, you know what I'm saying, and get busy. So that cat, I think he would have a really, really hard time, man. Really, really hard time. Really hard time. BQ, yes. BQ from BK, the first one. Yes, indeed, sir. Yes, indeed. Yeah, man, he was wilding, man. Wilding. I was like, yo, this is during the playoffs. Like, there's no lie. Like, and then another night, I think it was the Indiana joint when they played Indiana. Like, he didn't play well in that series, but it made sense. And remember, the Knicks lost. That's when Melo went for the baseline for the dunk. Remember, and he got blocked by Hibbert. It was that series. So I'm going back now. And my man was like, yo, you seen him out there again? And I was like, yo, what? So it's the playoffs. See what I'm saying? It's L like that, man. It's L. So, you know, and it's nothing bad about him. I'm saying it's nothing bad. You can do what you want. You're a grown man making millions of dollars. It's cool, but it's enticing, man. It's a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot going on in the city, man. And a lot of times, if you don't got the willpower, you know, this place will eat you up and spit you out. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be ready to, you know what I'm saying? You got to be ready to deal with what comes with that. So listen to the big cat, man. Fabulous game for him. Great bounce back. See, he got that Cuban link on, right?
Clean looks.
That Cuban link
all
on.
these games, I know a lot of the shots felt good. They left their hands just didn't go. Does it just feel good to finally get those same looks and those shots finally hit the bottom and then from downtown?
I mean, you know, I've had slumps before, so it's, you know, experience teaches me a lot. You know, just keep shooting, keep trusting the work. I said it out there on TV. You know, I think this is a opportunity for me to tell young guys, you know, obviously shot hasn't been falling, but I continue to show up to work, be the first one there, last one to leave, and just continue to believe in the work. You know, I know it's disappointing, especially for me who put so much time in the gym and you're not seeing the results every day the way you would like at the standard you anticipate. But never change the grind. Never change what you do every day that's made you the player you are today. Continue to put the work in, play even more work in, dive more into the game, and let the work speak for itself. And tonight, like I said, was a good night where, after all the shots I put in with no cameras around and no lights on, finally for it to go in, it feels good, and it raises the confidence.
Well said by him once again, man. Once again, I mean, he's dropping jewels, man. He's dropping jewels. A great player like that, man, you have to be able to really lock in and trust yourself, man. Trust yourself as a player. Cut out the outside noise and trust yourself. Like he said, trust the work that you put in. You know what I'm saying? Trust the work that you put in. And through that, you know what I'm saying, you're going to have a game like this, a bounce-back game like this. But this is why this guy's an all-star, man, all-NBA guy. You know what I mean? Those guys are able to bounce back with big games tonight. Big games. 30 almost had a 40-piece tonight, man. So, well said by him. Big Tass says, yes, I remember that block changed everything. Agreed. I remember that series, frustrating loss to the Pacers. Yeah, man. And listen, he didn't play well. Remember, that's the year he came off of. If I'm correct, I think he got 6th man of the year that year. He had a really good season, but he was struggling, from what I'm hearing, with the outside stuff. You know what I mean? He couldn't, he was. Remember, like I said, he ain't from New York. He's from Jersey. He's from New Jerusalem. He's from over there. So he be bringing all them dudes over here, and then they be at them spots getting jammed up. This is just what I remember seeing and I remember hearing, allegedly. Let me say that. But it was just, it was just a lot. And I remember during that time hearing that he was out and then him not playing well. And I was like, yo, it makes sense because I saw him too. You know what I'm saying? A couple nights ago. And I seen him out. And I'm like, yo, why is he out here? It's the playoffs. Like, it's just. Remember he was on a free throw line. He was unlacing people's sneakers. Remember he was doing all that stuff? And I'm like, yo, what is this guy doing? He wasn't, telling you. But then it makes sense. This Grover says, yeah, but listen, man. But you know what? But this Grover, do you remember when Randall went on Melo's show? What's Melo's show? Big shouts to him and those guys over there, him and Mero. What is it? 7 p.m. in Brooklyn, right? Remember when Randall went on there and he said that he's different from Melo. Remember he said, I'm not from New York. I'm from Dallas. You know what I'm saying? So Melo even said, Melo said that to him. He said, well, you ain't from here, so it's different. So the way Melo takes on pressure is different than how Randall's going to take on pressure. You know what I'm saying? And then Randall admitted to it. He admitted to it, talking to why he's sitting in dark rooms and, doing certain activities to kind of keep him mellowed out, right? You know what I'm saying? Like this is what the pressure does for certain guys. That's just a real thing when you're in the city, man. And if you're not from here, you'll struggle. Guys that grew up here like myself, people in my chat, you guys know what time it is. You're for the different boroughs, you all partied in different boroughs together. You know what I'm saying? So we know how to move here because we're born and raised here. We know these streets, so it's different. But if you're not from here, you come out to and you go to, you in a spot downtown, you know what I mean? Like in the meatpacking district, or, you come uptown to the Bronx to a spot, or you go out to Brooklyn to a spot. You don't really know the movements of certain things. So, you can get jammed up real quick. Hence, you guys see what happened to the kid from the Jets, right? He was at that spot and got jammed up. See, but he ain't from out here. So you come out here, it's different, man. It's a different animal. So if you don't really know the movements of the city, you'll struggle out here, man. You'll get swallowed whole. You know what I'm saying? And so it's tough. It's tough. It takes a certain type of cat to be able to deal with playing here and playing in this city. Because the Plaxico Bush, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy. It's ill, man. All right, people, listen, let me get up out of here. Listen, it's late. Great win for the boys. Great bounce back win for the boys. They go to 10-6 on the season by beating the Brooklyn Nets 113-100. The Big Cat, great bounce back game for him. 37 points, 12 rebounds. I will be going live Wednesday, the day before Turkey Day, to discuss the Charlotte Hornets game. So please come through and check it out. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button for me, people. All right. Also, too, if it's your first time coming through Rock With Me, please subscribe to the channel. Also, too, hit that like button and hit that bell icon to get all notifications for when I go live and I put other things out as well. All right. Once again, I appreciate everybody coming through Rock With Me tonight. Everybody enjoy their evening. I will be going live again Wednesday after the Charlotte Hornets game. So please come through and check me out. All right. I'm LV Live, and that's my show, and I'm out of here, people.